Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Tuesday, the 26th of May. A senior National Minister isn't answering many questions about why she's getting $52,000 a year for staying in the capital, where she owns a house. Louise Upston claimed the allowances on top of her $320,000 salary last year. MPs needing semi-permanent accommodation in Wellington are entitled to the allowance. Upston's pecuniary interests revealed she owns a Wellington home, seemingly mortgage-free, but still claims the extra money.
Well, I think most New Zealanders understand that if you work away from home, your employer pays your accommodation costs. MPs and ministers aren't any different.
Labor leader Chris Hipkins says there's increasing evidence MP accommodation allowances aren't working and condemns relaxing the criteria in 2009.
Previously, you had to produce evidence, receipts, invoices to show what you were actually spending, so it was a reimbursement for expenses.
The Energy Minister says he's pleased the electricity authorities decided to implement government recommendations made last year. The reform aimed to stop gentailers giving better contracts to their retail arms than to independent retailers. The authority originally refused to implement it, but has now changed its mind. Simeon Brown says he welcomes the decision.
I've been very clear in my expectation. I want a more competitive market. I want affordability and security to be key priorities for the Electricity Authority.
Labor's Barbara Edmonds says it was a mistake to call Nicola Willis a duck-faced horse, and she regrets it. Edmonds made the comment in a leaked audio recording of a party training session, answering whether they'd rather fight duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck. Edmonds says she's apologised for her response and doesn't know why it was leaked.
I can't speculate about that and people's intentions behind it. All I know is I clearly made a mistake in my response to that question.
Concerns that young people tapping into their KiwiSaver funds are robbing their future selves. Consumer NZ research shows overall satisfaction with providers has climbed to 62%, rising 10% over the past 2 years. But 16% of members either made a hardship withdrawal or suspended saving, mainly young or low-income workers. Chief Executive John Duffy says in these economic conditions, some have no choice.
Our strong advice is if people can leave those balances alone to the greatest extent that they can, it's better for them in the future.
Hawke's Bay's 1 kilometre Waiheke Stop Bank is finished, $1 million under budget. It's a major milestone in Cyclone Gabrielle's recovery and flood resilience program. Debates heating up at an Auckland Council meeting on rates increases. Mayor Wayne Brown has proposed a 7.9% hike, mostly to cover the cost of the city rail link. Councillor John Gillen has floated a 5.9% rise funded by cost cutting. Fellow councillor Mike Lee so favoured the amendment, he exceeded his allotted time as Chair Greg Sayers tried to stop him.
Auckland Council does not have doesn't have an income problem. It has an expenditure problem. Thank you.
And we've just got news in that the 7.9% rates rise has passed, 15 votes to 7. There was one abstention. Let's take a look at sports headlines. Liquidators have been appointed to the holding company of Moana Pacifica. New Zealand Rugby have ensured funding to see out the season. The Crusaders will be without Will Jordan for the rest of the season with a 4 to 6 week calf injury. He's also in doubt for the start of Dave Rennie's All Blacks tenure. And the New York Knicks have lifted the NBA's Eastern Conference title and will be in their first finals since 1999. After a 130-93 Game 4 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the next news fix from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.